Hello and welcome to my channel, Grow Deeper. My name is Kamal. I'm not a professional psychologist or self-help guru of any kind. I am simply a dude that likes to reflect deeply on the nature of life, love and the universe, and I'm essentially creating this to share a bit of my world and to give a little bit of my gifts if I can, you know? So I'm going to be talking a lot about love, life, and the universe, essentially, and the human journey, the human journey, the stumbling, bumbling, fumbling life of the two-legged body-mind that we all are. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. The theme I wanted to touch on today with this video is actually, I think it's a demon that a lot of us struggle with, and that is the demon of procrastination, laziness, stagnation. I know it all too well. And I remember one person said to me many years ago, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm so lazy," and I often do that. I berate myself and beat myself over the head. I think we all do that. A lot of us do anyway, which certainly doesn't help. Nevertheless, I was beating myself up for being lazy, and he reflected it back to me. He said, I wouldn't say lazy, just uninspired." And actually, I thought about that. I was like, you know what? Yeah, lack of inspiration. That's all it is. There is something, because, I mean, if you've got to get up in the morning, then you've got to get up, right? Some people still won't get up, but most of us, if we have an important meeting, if we've got a flight to catch, for example, well, you're not staying in bed until 7 o'clock if your flight leaves at 7:30, right? You're getting up at 3 in the morning to pack your bags, get out of the house, because you've got to make that flight, right? So there's enough inspiration there to drive you out of your bed and to get yourself taking action, doing what you're doing, okay? Because there is something, because it's not just about you anymore, okay? There are larger circumstances at play. And I think this really does kind of tie into what the issue at hand is here, because I feel like a lot of my motivations in life, at least, have been very, very self-serving. How can I make lots and lots of money? How can I be really famous? How can I be admired by hundreds and thousands of people? How can I be, the most popular guy in school when I was young? Wanted to be, it wasn't. Wanted to be I was an actor for a while, and I wanted to be a famous actor. I wanted to be admired by women. I wanted to be very attractive to women. I wanted to be desired, I wanted other people to be even envious of me. I wanted to be so wonderful that other people would look at me with envy. These are the dark, narcissistic, luciferic motives that were driving me for a large portion of my life, for a very large portion of my life. And they are still there to a degree. But the first step is to shine the light. Shine the light into the darkness, and by exposure it disperses. This is key. So when we discover these things about ourselves, it's good to speak them out and just own up to them, and then they'll lose their power, really, because you see them for what they are. You go, ooh, because essentially these things are lies. They're running against our own nature. Our own nature is Christ-like. It is that Christic principle of love within all of us. It's our nature. Christ is God's only begotten Son, and that which is the pure, unblemished fractal of love that resides in all of us, our truest nature, and it's the same in everyone. It's the only begotten Son. And so whatever is in alignment with Christ and the nature of Christ it brings about happiness, fulfillment and inspiration. That which is in alignment with lies will ultimately bring about misery, pain, death and destruction. And that's the truth of it. And I believe that the reason a lot of us struggle with procrastination and laziness and lack of inspiration is because we have set goals that are not in alignment with our own Christ nature. We have set goals which are in alignment with the Luciferic lie, which is self-serving, narcissistic. Actually, we've put our point of focus on the wrong side. We've put it on the dark side, whereas if we align it back with truth, we'll probably find that we've got a lot more energy and life to give, and the more life we give, the more life we receive. It's just the nature. But we are so focused on what is going to serve us. We're thinking about the little I, the little me, rather than what is it I have to give, how can I give that, and how do I get started? And that will bring about inspiration, really. So whatever it is you have to give, and it can be the littlest thing, because here's the trick, right? With self-serving, one thinks about, okay, well, you see, when I have got this much, when my results are so high, and when I've attained this man, and when I've done, when I've got this amount of money, or I've had this many partners, or I've reached this amount of fame and prestige, then I can sit back, be at peace, and enjoy my life. But only when, and until then, I've got to struggle, and I've got to get there, and I've got to make it, and once I've made it, then I can relax. And that's the lie. That is the thing that keeps us in bondage. You see? Because it's a carrot on the end of the stick attached to the front of your head. You're going to be running after it forever, and it will never be enough. And that's the nature of taking. The more you take, the more you need. In Buddhism, they have they talk about the pretas, the hungry ghosts, who have these huge, enormous bellies and these tiny little mouths that can never get enough, and they're always hungry, they're always thirsty, and they can never be satisfied. These huge bellies and these tiny mouths, the mouths can never fit enough in to satisfy the huge bellies, and that is a beautiful archetypal description of the sickness of our world right now, where we want, but it's never enough. And that's the nature of taking. The nature of giving, however, is the opposite. So, ironically, that satisfaction, that peace, that relaxation that you're hoping to attain by grabbing these external values and holding them to yourself, that peace and satisfaction that you long for happens instantly as soon as you start to give. And it doesn't matter what you get back in return, because you are living in alignment with your true Christ nature. As soon as you align with the Christ nature, the Buddha nature, what do you want to call it, and you're in that nature of compassion, love, giving, servitude, as soon as you align yourself with service and love, instantly that satisfaction begins to set precedence, and you don't care about the results. You don't care about how much money you're earning or what your desires are. No. The desire is, we all have one desire essentially, and that desire is our own true nature, which is love. You know, the Hare Krishnas call Krishna the all-attractive one and he who grants all our desires, because the nature of God puts to rest the restless mind that is chasing. It's not like, oh, he grants all your desires, so any material things that you want, oh, he'll give it to you. That's the ego mind way of looking at it. If you look at it from the space of truth, it is that longing for love, and that longing to serve, and that longing to give, that longing to express fully who we are, which is the nature of eternal love. How can we be a river of life that quenches the thirst of the community around us, of everything we come to touch? How can we be that river of life? That's what we really want. We want to be a flowing river of life and love that the world can drink. Didn't Christ say something like this? Drink my blood and eat my flesh. This is what he means. This is what it means. He who drinks from me shall have eternal life. When we remember our true nature, when we live in the image of God, when we live in the image of love, that restlessness evaporates, and we get out of bed because love drives us to. So I think that basically the values that this world has set are the inverse values. If you want to find out if you're confused, it's very, very simple formula. If you're confused about purpose and the meaning of life and what's going to make me happy, just look at the Western values. Look at Western values and just go do the opposite. Just do the opposite. Western values are greed, lust, gluttony, indignation, blaming other people for your own wounds and for your own pain. All of these things are ways to lead us and drive us away from our own nature. And of course we're going to be miserable. Of course we're going to feel uninspired. Of course. Because we're not living in alignment with truth. So, simple thing to remember. Just go to that place. Find out where it is that you can give in this world. And what is it you enjoy doing? What is it you enjoy giving? And just start. Do it. Do it a little thing, and you don't need to worry about the result, because the fulfillment comes from the giving itself. And that is kind of the whole reason I'm doing this channel now. This video is to start in that place. Find out, what can I give? How can I start giving? And By feeding others, I feed myself. Simple. So, wishing you all a beautiful day, and until next time, grow deeper.